Excuse me real quick on this shit, man. Start out a little black, but you know, we're gonna do this right here for the 7th of August. We just gonna start a little early today and open this shit right here. We'll sip a little bit of our shit. We'll pause it. I'll sip a little bit. We see we gonna bring it. We got some shit really coming off from this Billie holiday shit. We finna get to it. But just check out where we going real quick. We just showing like this. We gonna bring this right back. Talk about it. We already recorded, but that's the whole shit about Miss Billie Holiday, and this ain't it exactly, but I don't think this is it either. No, this is a copy or whatever of Miss Billie Holiday. Somebody trying to get some type of record she had. You see it right here. This somebody was trying to sell a record, all that sought after writing, lyrics, written down, all that. So yeah, Miss Billie did write a little bit. That's actually her handwriting, but that's not where we going. Where we are, well, I guess we are going there. We just went there. Going on really peeping a little bit around some of the NYC times and a bit of let's see right here, basically NYC shit, and you had your heroin shit. You had Ray Robinson. Um, you had as a Charles, Joe Lewis, all these motherfuckers, man, doing this shit. Um, in the same city, Miss Billie Holiday. You had just NYC was the black. I want to say import, but not because all these motherfuckers really wasn't from New York like originally, but they from New York, but they just came from elsewhere. But look how much they had it going and spiced the motherfucker up the right way. A lot of shit. You had your porn stores coming in, but you also had your literary shit coming in. You had your heroin shit coming in, but you also had other medical progressions and shit happening. This is all pre-drug war shit, but a lot of shit kind of get blamed on Miss Billie Holiday. But as big a star as she was, we mentioned Ray Robinson and all that. Bumpy Johnson was in NYC. All this, of course, he's not really a star, but we know. 1960, you get Malcolm a lot of times, and she is now all this shit. You get a lot of shit going, but looking back to Miss Holiday, it's the other shit, a lot of blue shit here, baby. I guess a lot of representing this drug these so many years. As you can see the date, that's when he really spoke on it. So many years. He was really old when he came and did the interview, which is like about 15 years ago from now. But still, uh, when you look at Miss Billie Holiday, look at the star point we going. We mentioned the 7th of August because little by little, or if you want to say as NYC had this from boxing politics, a lot of the era of Ray Robinson shit led to so much star power, but also political shit because people came over Ray Robinson, especially Ali and all that, even Carlos Monzon. We got to mention that real quick because the date we mentioned it right here, 7th of August. So, yeah, man, could do some more improves and shit, but besides that, but anyway, the point I'm making is that era, man. As we said for the other day, Reflections, 1970s, you had Iceberg Slim and all this underground shit. He had a very significant underrated situation around spoken word that still rolled into that decade of, which was the making of, or the official making, or the full put together shit with, what became hip hop. Iceberg Slim shit was still contributed to the shit, man, but in another way. they kind of are too short and too short going off prior, but also they went off Iceberg Slim. A lot of rap went off that, and some went off Goins, but we was mentioning Slim the other day, Iceberg Slim. Um, when you had these people that were known get into the political aspect of shit, a lot of it was done in a way that I think it took the situation that they when they were getting political, it's not just going against the government or something, but you got certain shit at the fame point that I think people don't really get with certain shit with Carlos Monzon, so they'll label same with Ms Billie Holiday, Ray Robinson, all that. Outside the ring, we know Ray was a star somehow, but we're gonna take a look at Monzon just for mentioning today in the seventh, and let's get to that shit. But as we mentioned, Monzon, we're gonna take a look at a few. The main shit really would be outside or within the movies. He did a couple of cameos, all that. It's gonna be within that. And when you take a look at it, not to compare the star on his own outside the ring to Ray Robinson or as a child or anything, but Monzon started the shit. When you talk about South America and the star power, it's really Monzon that started the shit before you even get Duran and all that. It's really Monzon. He blew up another aspect of shit. So that's key, I think, within certain boxing politics. But you take a look real quick. Um, Look at how much further boxing situations and reality went when they were doing asylums. Well, uh, Aguero didn't really do asylum, but he got his shit, snatched by the Sandinistas and all that. As we said, we're gonna take a look at that. So when you look at Arguello, he would go against Sandinistas though years later after being in Puerto Rico and near Cuba and all that. Like Asada Shakur was in Cuba and all that asylum. You have Arguello doing his own journey. Kind of in the reality. This is when he retired, so it's after boxing. But during boxing, he had his shit snatched by the Sandinistas. So when you get out, when you get retired and all that, he kind of gets away from Nicaragua, roll out to Puerto Rico, all that, and then come back to Nicaragua. And well, he actually he actually went to Miami for exiling when he tried to align with the U.S. government and the Contra rebels because they would be in the Sandinistas. So he had a U.S. time to Monzon sometimes would hit up in I guess a bit of a Miami type of way or whatever, especially down in South America. He kind of like a star. So, just looking at that, Arguello had a certain star power too, especially when he did the politics, like little governor type shit. Years later, it worked for the Sandinistas. So, though he fought against their shit, he later kind of rolled with them. They felt, was like ally or whatever. So, to see that work out, that's key too when I look at Cuba and Asada Shakur. Um, she had been in exile since 1984 in Cuba. I mean, she'd been in Cuba, but she had already broke out of prison and shit. She had help with BLA, Black Liberation Army, broke out of there, and she was on the run for several years. In 1984, she finally get the asylum. And, well, you look at what Cuba was at the time, who they were aligning with. It's a little different than Arguello and the Sandinista situation, but it's still they had their alliances, and they weren't with the Contras, but Arguello was. So in this case, Asada, black, kind of independent. Um, they fuck with Asada because where she saw the struggle at, and it was global revolutionary. So uh, they felt she was key for aligning because of how much the U.S. was into her and trying to, uh, make her face their brand of fucking justice in the U.S. And so Cuba wanted to work their situation to where they showing they got the justice power down there in Cuba to, really align with some shit. And this was what certain when you look at boxing, any politics shit, they start. We know Ali really got it going, but the star power of the shit really came off Ray Robinson. But when you look at international shit, you gotta look at Monzon, Arguello, especially. even Oscar Bonavena, but he ended up in some bullshit in Las Vegas. Some, security guard tried to, they robbed him a couple of times and he ended up shooting this motherfucker. And, with a gun on him. It was from the brothel lady, one of the main bottom bitches, whatever. Or the main, or the bottom bitch of that motherfucker. He ended up, having a gun. But the main shit is that the motherfucker that ran the brothel in Vegas, he was married to that hoe. So the whole they gave him the gun because she was trying to look out or whatever. So she, playing her shit in it too. But she was just Oscar's manager. But the owner of the brothel, he felt that there was more shit going. But I mean, she did look out for him with the gun and all that shit. So it's something else. But that's some wild shit because Vegas took on a lot of shit after that. And into who could have a loan or who can have certain constraints or restrictions, and who could actually really dibble and dabble with the big money tycoon people in Vegas, the judges and all that. But eventually the judge flips years later against this brothel owner. But he was with the brothel owner at first, but there's something that happened later. It might not have been that judge, but it was something happened later where the brothel owner ended up in some trouble with the IRS or some shit like that. So you see how the alliances are going, and I think that we look at Monzon, that's where we taking a look at it. I mean, yeah, we know he did his shit in the ring, he had the iron lung shit, but he did his shit on the outside, but it was more on a star way. But he's kind of very, very against a lot of the media bullshit because a lot of them really were coming kind of, at his power, kind of trying to start little shit. He ended up a certain rest or whatever. And, yeah, he had some broad even shot him, but that was because he was cheating or whatever. So it came to that. So the host said he had beat her before, just this with something like that. But when shot him, it was over him, him cheating and the broad that said to be cheating. She had a kid and people thought it was Monzo, so she went after him. He shot, but even obviously he wasn't dead or no shit from it. It was grazed or whatever. But when you look at that star power, that was your middleweight. You talk about the middle of all these box punches from Ali to later Arguello. As we mentioned Arguello, of course, we had to mention Cuba and Mr. Sada Shakur real quick. And when you look at it, man, you see the aspect that Malzone's star power was really in the fucking middle. And when you look at the shit that it took on, or the shit that was happening around Malzone, like kind of not necessarily the world, but just around him, boxing and politics, besides all the, just a lot of shit that takes in and from South America, blending with the U.S., boxing and all that shit. That's I think that was key for the 1970s, to be honest. So that that from where we gonna go at right here. We're gonna get to this shit. We also got one more shit, man. One little aspect we finna check out. Just check this shit. We're just gonna do it like this, man. That type of holiday. Right back to it. It's gonna be a kick over here. Say Halloween holiday. It's like that. It wasn't just Ms Billie holiday we mentioned. That was, kind of on this. I mean, Umbrella had this little cocaine shit after the time, but whatever. But that's not why we're doing this. We're doing this kind of show the situation. You talk about crises, and you look at what we're talking about aligning. I think boxing has showed a lot of shit through the years about that. Nowadays, you hear of little comeback shit or here and there. We hear of Clarissa, we hear of Alicia, I'm going to all this shit. We hear Floyd, little comment. You hear all these type of situations. Now it's more of a social media situation. It's not that they're aligned with social media. I'm not saying who is or who isn't. I'm just saying that the alliance is now more based on social media. But back then, They came off straight to ground zero, straight up dope. Ray Robinson around all the LA people, motherfuckers, clubs, NYC. As Charles have been around, Joe Lewis. You know, shit. Ali knew new people. But coming off with this, you get into the '70s, you get the Monzone. You look at what he was around. Now he wasn't into drugs and shit. I mean, he had a cigarette or whatever. But I'm just saying, look at what they into. You look at what kept all that this star power going, and they were really into their realities in the cities, whether it's South America or whether it's New York City. So a lot of alliance, a lot of shit in the point of where you look at crisis and how they break people away or whatever. Take a look and you see what can still keep it going and decriminalize. Where boxing is looked at violent, such as like NFL should even look at violence sometimes. Well, 1990s NBA at least, or 1980s NBA looked at low violent. But the point I'm making, you can put the brand on that, but not to say that it's drugs. I'm just saying, how they decriminalize shit. Or people want something to decriminalize. Well, when you look at the violence shit, boxing, all that, there was so much other meaning. Again, mentioning Monzon and the meaning of that iron long, and shit like that. Like even when he worn the torn. And I think that also went into the reality, how you could keep going at the damn media and shit like that. So, I mean, literally, sometimes they ended up physically and shit, with Marzon, the paparazzi. That's who's coming, because now, they starting up shit, they coming up balking up on motherfuckers doing shit. So, a lot of reality situations went into this alliance. So people wanted to ride with Marzon because he was against the paparazzi bullshit, all that. People wrote Ray Robinson, really, because he just had, he kind of had in on NYC just all with them from the people out there, just Miles Davis, all these motherfuckers, Ms Billie. I mean, just a lot of people around, um, Ray. So people wanted to, roll with that stuff, would have that aspect from the communities or the city itself, just with the people, not the government, shit, the people. Boom. You get that aspect. So that's kind of away from the media when the media is peeping into. But this is pre-social media. So the alliance is key. What we're going to take a look at here. A lot of it's going to be like, again, mentioning you can have some violence, but, or like the heroin or whatever, but you can criminalize because it takes away the, effect of this shit on the people, the taxes, all this shit that happens with laws and charges. Take a look and decriminalize. Not saying the drug shit don't hit the same. No, it hit the same. It's just without the restrictions. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the key with some of the old days, the boxing, the ball zone. Yeah, you see the violence, whatever in the ring is not really restriction, but you see the meaning of what it comes to when it has this elegance. It deals with the reality shit outside the ring. It's not just the violence. So it's the same shit with decriminalizing shit. They'll use the violence to judge the drug shit or the murders to judge the drug shit, but there's another situation dealing with decriminalizing. And sports was kind of been in the mix of some of this shit. Fuck it, man. We just gonna go with it right here. Into the mix. And for a minute, we're gonna take this mix back a bit. Just like what it take to motherfucking, have people, they want to see the legalizing cocaine and, and all this and heroin and all that, because they think it will be better on the people's effects and alliances. So even neuroscientists feel like what they study with drugs, you can have it fucking decriminalized. We talking about the straight up drug, ain't no fucking lays, ain't no shit like that. This is not necessarily serving the shit right now, some drug. We just saying the situation decriminalizing off of um, stigmas like violence. So boxing is alliances in the reality where that lead people, champion, but boxing reality in the ring is still some hell. So that's kind of what we have with it, just kind of mixing the reality here. But not mixed. We ain't mixed up, twist up, fucked it up. We ain't got it fucked up. We ain't gonna say we got it fucked up. what we doing. I said, yeah, you get me. That's what church, man. Action. Right there. We're gonna go with this real quick. This on gravity, baby. Back in. Wait. Shit. Man. Hey, back to jazz, baby. Here we go. Go ahead with this. Hey, people think they playing us. I'm about to check this shit. Got high gravity. Keep one. Keep another. Keep some more. We ain't, playing with this shit. So when you look at reality and the brand, it will, comes the soul. What, get you through and thorough. Make sure, you make it to the damn bottom dollar old hollow, man. You getting through like that. That's, you get your body respect, whatever. Hey, knock on the proof, bitch. See what there, you know. Hey, shit, keep your goddamn head up on shit, baby. Rock on. Hey, that's taking it on. High gravity still reserved. Still do, baby. So that's the proof. You do that, baby. Yeah, who? Goddamn get scared of this shit. Nah, man. Politics. Hey, they gonna play their laugh, but we out there. Shit. Times on shit, I don't know. Times Square, we gonna kick it out. Some of the places we gonna kick off from us from Ms Billie Holiday was at. That was kind of like some Times Square shit. So same spoke word, we just doing some shit. Just put it in the mix, but ain't gonna get with this shit, man. Doing this motherfucker acapella shit. Go ahead and get it. And, have it, man. It's a world's poor, whatever situations, but stormy the weather at a James, baby. You know what we talking about? Ms Billie Holiday. It's down, baby. Yeah, to the setup, down to the anslinger shit, man. Hey, the deaths ain't enough. The hell, this shit that Ms Billie talking about, the things, whatever you want to call them, the motherfuckers that damn screaming shit, whatever you want to say. Now, this ain't like the Young Miami song where you just, it's like Hollywood, the dreaming, the hitting, or whatever she doing in Miami. It ain't none of that shit. That's an R.A. song, actually. We talking about the scheming and the setup shit, and the spending holiday. But you know what the dope did to her and what it was doing more than just, pop whatever. You snowing whatever shit, or you get your works put in check. You make it, you hit right back. They got another corner, whatever, Harlem shit, and you got your shit that treads, and it treads more and more. But it's keep the tires and the rules motherfucking rolling. If it's a rolls or tire, or if it's whatever called tire, but still, man, you still stops by, and the stars gets higher and higher and shit, man. And the people really into it. So just a little something there. We gonna take it to Ms Billie Holiday. We also gonna peep the shit, on and all that. And where you look at alliances that just dying off years and years later, man. And we mentioned the side of Shakur. So I think now with the alliances and all that, taking a ride around this, playing 352 or however many fucking days. Yeah, dude, man. But it's not just new knock and shit or whatever, but you got it or some shit, or but it's not even always that. It's still so shit. You can goddamn, disregard the shit, or you can keep on, work it. You can diss it. Hey, snot it, rock it, rock it right back up. Shit, it's not it. I don't know, man, but get your shot in with it. In this case, we're gonna still reserve. So on back like that. Just kick some shit. Let it go on like that. Hey, work with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's really how they been shit. Miss Audra, I think her name was Miss Audra Day. She didn't use heroin to make her role from Miss Billie Holiday work, but she has certain like cigarettes or certain shit like that. Maybe a little Mary Jane just to fill up whatever little facts and still sing Billie Holiday sang or whatever pressure. You put all the pressure on a motherfucker like that and still sing, still outcome. That's how I long too, but we talking about the Monzone joint here, but we gonna peep now. I think Arguello, all them kind of had it. And for a minute, Aaron Pryor had it too. I know we mentioned Richard when we talking about Aaron right now, but I think for a minute, Aaron Pryor had it too. Because look what, eventually he ended up on dope. He got over some of the cocaine and shit. But even before that, I mean, he was just saying he had some muscle. When he about saying long, but a lot of alliances, they were cool too after the long 15 round, 14, 15 round type of fight. They were cool outside the ring. So some of these alliances that South America would have with the U.S. at the time, I think, was interesting for the whole black brown shit because of boxing brought a lot of internationalities, if you want to call it that, internationalities out of in the ring in reality situation. And I think that is a key kind of where people look at decriminalizing, they check Czech Republic. So that's what we're doing here. Um, this one's Czech Republic. So a lot of these internationalities, alliances, and shit that deal with U.S. and how U.S. see shit. Boxing was always key with that. But you also have it when you look at, again, mentioning the Czech Republic and decriminalizing all over the world, again, internationalities, you see alliances. You see the shit that the people don't want to fuck with. They don't want to fuck with the decriminalizing because it goes into internationalities of people. Because you got like Czech Republic. You also got like again, we seen the neuroscientists, though this is in the U.S. So, but still, other people in the world, people in the neuroscientists, this Dread Cat is, or whatever, one of the whoever the fuck neuroscientist is, but you seeing that they trying to get off their work, and that's what it is, to decriminalize. And if the world takes it, have a notice, that'll go for right now in Texas. They don't make these new laws now. They're giving like 180 days for one blunt if you get caught. If you got like 2 or 4 grams of this shit, they're giving like I think 12 months, some shit like that. Maybe a little off on numbers, but not for the first blunt. That first blunt definitely is 180. I seen the little sheet of the numbers and somebody on Facebook showing it. So you look at where that goes now, it's gonna be an issue how the world see it. But Texas, I guess, don't give a damn. Uh, Even though some of this shit we finna do here actually gonna involve Texas. We'll get so for a minute. Just want to bring something about alliance, kind of boxing the old reality. And the new reality, I think we'll deal with some of this shit we're mentioning. People looking into what all this shit of other sports. It's gonna include boxing in terms of performance and enhancing shit and all. I mean, so but that's not really part of what we're saying. But what I'm saying is that's where the attention is when they mention boxing. Now it's kind of on that. But back in the day, it was like on smoking a cigarette, or it was on Aguelo after boxing, same as prior, but prior during boxing. But they was on like crack cocaine and shit. So it's kind of like that's kind of where it was then. Back then, it wasn't on performance enhancing drugs because that was the era of we looked up greenies, them the amphetamines, dextrogen, you know, uppers. So that was your hot shit, back then. That was mostly baseball, but it's not really, it's not a steroid at all. It's just shit. You get a little buzz and a little shit. It's like that. So just to mention that for a second, that was where it was then. So now the focus in this era would be a lot of, you see the online, some of these podcasts, like all the smoke with some other people, they mention steroids. You see people talking about baseball now because it's hot season shit, Braves doing shit, whatever. So a lot of focus is on kind of this aspect of it. A lot of U.S. based shit. But we're going to take the internationality route with this shit real quick, see does certain legalizing shit do work for them because I know this is we talk about some harder situations because it's like everybody wants to say give me the drugs, give me the alcohol, but you got motherfuckers on the news there's over 100 sipping alcohol, still having Smirnoff. You got the broad, it's one of them old damn black broad, she's over 100, she was having a Smirnoffs on her birthday. This was this year, and she just grabbed a couple of them out of the whatever store she was in, but they showed that she was Fifth Ward, Houston, Texas. She been there all the time, still 100. They got the wing lady in Delaware, or was it Indiana? You over 100. They brought Yuling truck out to her ass. I think it was Indiana. But you got the one in Delaware. She made the pound cake. She said her age, 108, still make the pound cake. I believe they still you can have a little wine or whatever in her case. But the other ones we mentioned, Still be sipping. So I think a lot of control and moderation should still go into decriminalizing, even though we're talking about alcohol. Um, pound cakes, but it still goes into decriminalization. Is moderation and control. So I think we went from a small point of alcohol and shit like that. It's at work, motherfuckers up 100 still sipping that shit, and they fine, and they blood, and they doctors are saying they fine because they only because they do moderation. They check their blood and all that, they fine. So we come from a view where you can still have that. It's not just one sided. Oh, it's all bad. Nah, not really. I mean, but it ain't all good. But it ain't, like that Master P. I think we're gonna have go do something. But we got a couple of things we just mixing in the mix, but we just want to bring that aspect to criminalize. So that's the next shit right here is the obviously with the work. I mean, obviously shit it will still be controlled moderation because they already when they come up with them laws for the Mary Jane shit. Now it's still they still trying to control us and use their own view of it. So if it comes down to shit like what this man is trying to do here, then that's another control and moderation situation that the government or the world got to deal with, and they can't really deal with that shit because they want to use their control and cut out the moderation, or they want to see some bullshit happen with it. But the real shit with decriminalizing, they're trying to see the better and trying to see like it's still some good shit that can work. So it's not saying that they should decriminalize it. It's just we're just taking a look. But should they decriminalize shit? Well, they gonna ramp up shit on Mary Jane. For sure, they should definitely decriminalize that. But should they decriminalize other shit? Well, if they can't control the Mary Jane situation, they gotta work up more sense and power on that shit. You adding more years and time for that shit just for Mary Jane now. Then they can't really exactly get at the other shit. The other shit, the heroin shit, they gonna work up more shit for that too. So Mary Jane's sometimes a key. They even have an old cartoon where they had Mary Jane, LSD, and all that speak. You know, they were in the cartoon versions of how the drug look. And they took a reality point of it, but it was just satire. It was kind of funny shit, man. One of them cartoons. Shit, might have to go on with this joint. But it was reality shit. It was really how people vote in power for what they vouch for or what they want with the drugs. If it's out there, it's just gonna work, or the people that statistically are using it and all that. That's what they were looking at, the numbers of people and how it affects or kills or makes an overdose. Which one lasts? Cocaine kind of got so worked up, slipped up when he was doing this speech. So the cocaine bag cartoon character had slipped up and he was so, energetic. But two, cocaine had the motherfucker gone when he fell out. So that's what it was. They were just showing the effects and how each motherfucking drug is similar in terms of effect or not similar or what the effects were. We just showing that, but in a cartoon way. But it was still the real effects, and you could see that they even brought up the aspect of, again, um, a little bit of the decriminalizing aspect. But again, that's come down to control, moderation, as we're seeing here, Alliance. And we're gonna take a little bit through the mindset side of shit. That's what we doing. That's when we going with the shit there. Find that cartoon, man. Shit, we gonna bring it back. If we don't, we gonna still goddamn get something with it. Nah, this one it. This some other shit. Here it is. Roasted weed. So we'll go ahead and start it because there's so much shit. It still happens now. And that's where a lot of this shit come on. Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. And I think that was the key with Miss Billie Holiday and her one of her drug dealers. She had several of them, different motherfucking niggas and certain players and shit around the certain hoes and hustlers. He brought up the aspect too, man. He just feels it at least should be allowed to be taken to hospitals. I think that would be a second step. So they roast Mary Jane and the medical aspect of or that old, funk 2G drove shit. That Mary Jane. That was your shit. Mary Jane's a little different now, but it still hits. But that one, you know, obviously has gotten to a little bit of decriminalization, sort of, or little legalization, sort of, but not in all states, obviously. But heroin would be harder, but it could be in every state where it is criminalized because of the hospital aspect. That would be key. So I think he was over at 80 in this shit here. Um, he did some prison time too for certain shit. 1954, but he still dealt with Ms. Billie Holiday and all that. He just feels they should legalize it all. So that's why I'm making this in. He really feels that heroin at least should be allowed to take out because it deals with pain. Heroin comes from opium, morphine, and all this. It's in that mixture. Opium is fine, really, I guess, on its own, but you still have to control and moderate it. But the patients know it's clean, as he says. They know if it's clean, then they ain't gonna use any dirty needles. So if they can just go in the hospital and be able to do that shit, that would cut down like low taxes and money. And he said, they're not gonna drop dead from an overdose. And then, so this is besides Narcan. Besides Narcan, I guess we could say like this, right here. Um, you know, so because if it was like you don't have Narcan, then yeah, this would be a better solution. But because you have Narcan, this is still a good solution. What he's saying here, but still, obviously, shit like Narcan helps all that if there is an overdose, but that's out on the street or in the city. So I think this aspect will be a key for decriminalization, the hospital, the medical aspects, where motherfuckers are allowed to, if they do shoot up the vein or whatever, if that's just if, but I would say that would be a key legalization where they go to do it instead of just being out, out in the damn just in the open or whatever. But hospital monitor shit and all that because one no overdoses, so it would probably save a few motherfuckers from that. So the decriminalization would help if there was like a specific place, a certain place for it. If it had to be that place that would, like say, or somewhere go for. So in this case, the hospital, whatever, that would work. Um, I believe that at least that would be a start. I don't know if it fully work, but it would be a start of shit. So we're gonna see if some other shit come on into it, man. We still, we still do ours. So we're just checking out reality, man, a little bit here, but bullshit, man. Let's get to these roasts, some other shit. Don't come out here with this. I'm gonna get this one up out here today, and I think that's where Cuba again. Not that Cuba legalizes shit, but they do allow uh, against certain political situations from other countries and shit to come in or to add to the just situation or not. But then you got a lot of people that ain't for that Castro shit. So you had that, Castro was going against certain world shit with the whole communism shit he had, but everybody wasn't feeling it. You seen Scarface, the Miami shit. But when it came to asylum, when it came to U.S. politics, this is where Castro was all right at because you would go against U.S. shit. These definitely for black, the nationalism aspect of it, and he would be at least for that. So you always had this in the mix. And again, as this is getting this power going, Marzone is still again mentioning Marzone as we did. It's a certain credibility, a star. That I think outside of it again. just the people he was around, like he was cool with Emil Griffith, all these certain motherfuckers, man. He took on the Philly cast, all this shit. It's outside of it, he was always like known to be like a certain way with boxers, so it was always their alliance and shit. So I know people try to super wild, yeah, against certain motherfuckers, like power rising, certain people trying to attack or whatever. But when it came to the boxing, the way he had the alliance shit up, I think also grew to kind of again made him that middle situation inside or in the mixer as Ali was, the champion and shit. And then as you get to Ali and you know, you got these other boxers like Mr. Alexis Arguello, all that in the mix. So that's where we at with it. Here, right here, do it. Just all in the mix. Don't stop. I think always resonate with just really keeping shit real like on the outside with it, like all the pro boxers, you dealt with or whatever. Yeah, you have an interesting rapport with them for the most part. So that was there too, as well as the also mentioned the wild shit. Bad and all this, this shit here. Um, Years later, he even got to some fight with some broad he was staying with. I think I don't know if it was real wife or common law wife or some shit. He broke me the line and this bitch fall off the. Though they were both fighting each other. What was seen in terms of evidence. They both come out to the boom. Somebody falls off or whatever. Boom, this bitch ended up fucked up. But none of the matter. Yeah, he had some wild shit out there, but mentioning the real shit in the ring, I think, all real shit outside the ring, besides all some of these wild incidents, was the alliance with certain boxers, man. And just to mention that always put into, how boxing would be seen besides the violence. So that's what we talking about. We look at decriminalizing, legalizing shit. That will also get rid of like those, stigma of everybody in the drugs, they got an OD or they shot the fuck up dead with bullets or whatever. Nah, man, there's some other shit that'll be where like decriminalizing shit will what it does is it's putting it in a moderate or control or better situation anyways, legalizing. So it just had to be, like moderation. It's like alcohol or something else. So when you look at how that's handled, that has people in the mix where like the Billie Holiday drug dealer, they talking about it, so it has more people, in a reality, putting for that, that mix or that way to where it is the people have a little of a better situation too. I think that's what boxers used to handle that shit individual. Like they were making a better situation. So when you look at this shit here, he's saying this Mr. PAT man, Pat. Where you putting it, that would be a better. It would be where the people can have another line. It would make a better situation, especially if it come down to more of this shit here. So heroin, yeah, he feels like that. He feels they should legalize it all, but he was just being specific just for heroin, and that's always been another one after Mary Jane for some reason. And that's one they check on sometimes about how it will affect differently. So we're gonna take a look. We're gonna people like Holiday, Ms Billie, like Czech Republic, whatever the fuck. Hey, hell about it, baby. It's all real. Damn, get over with it, baby. Czech Republic in this bitch. A little something. We're gonna ride here like this. We're gonna get to some other ride shit. It's gonna be Texas, like the school and Megan Thee Stallion shit. And got a few things. Got another one out the EX joint going here. Just fuck with some shit, man. But reason why we're coming with this, just peep the shit out. But it's really the flow. It's just the flow of the situation. See what I'm talking about? There we go. We'll hit this shit from here. We'll do that. That's what we come. We just roll where we going at it with. another thing nowadays, of course, you got your other wild debates like Canelo feeling he could beat Ray Robinson. So you got always some wild shit we check out. Sometimes it's some odd shit, but we gonna like I said, it's flow, baby. Let's fuck with it. It's like that, man. Shit, make it work, baby. It work. All right. Let's see. What's up? That's a side of it. Of course, definitely got to mention her in the mix. A lot of on the run shit, all that. That's her in 1987. Of course, we got to mention the shit. Just because it was near where Arguello was in Puerto Rico, or not far from it. So, he was dealing with this shit again. He rode with the Contras and all that. That's, U.S., they served their cocaine to the Contras here and there, too. That was in the freeway, Ricky Ross town. But he had his deal with the Contras, had they deal with the, some, big official government, people's army, just what it is. But Contras are, they were rebel armies anyway. That's who the U.S. government sell to anyway. They're not just selling to anybody, but it's, of course, they're doing something for like the certain armed forces, war forces of the country. So it's always been this U.S. and not just Cuba, but U.S. and other like Latino country kind of where the stand is with this drug shit and how can be supported. That's another way. It's not legal necessarily, but with the Contras, the way they could get it off, serve this shit, whatever, it went for their cause. So there's another thing is certain decriminalization what could go for a cause, but again, that was back then, of course, the drug war shit. But nowadays, it's still you have your medical shit, you have your issues with decriminalization and people on it, and it's costs and things for dealing with other economic and city infrastructures, right? And how that shit is spent on dealing with the people, resources. So the dope shit, ironically, would fucking help certain resources because again, motherfuckers on heroin, if it's legalized and they in the hospital, like Mr. Pat was saying, they ain't fucking up the dirty, the needles out in the damn, out in the damn way or whatever, out in the open. You got them bitches in the hospital, everything getting clean. It keeps shit going. So that's where we at. But we saying a lot. It's it's a real ass issue. It's just looking at it, taking a look. We had to hit this shit. So my side near it. So you see the where U.S. is going, but you see where other people are at. Who like Cuba, how they dealing with asylum, and all that. They fuck with it. It gave them a little something to add on and progress shit actually. So it's still that. And then of course the U.S. had how they dealt with the country, but that's what it is. Did it further something there? Somewhat. At least Arguello would later kind of fuse his shit. He wouldn't necessarily wrote with Contras later. He wrote with them, didn't change. It's just that later he wrote with Sandinistas because they had all right, they had worked some more shit in or whatever. But the early Sandinistas he faced, they had robbed his house and did all this other shit down there because of the government. So, you have all these things coming into the picture and what governments do and mix up some shit where it's political and about, legal rights. And that's, what the fuck we taking a look at here. Now, this makes the freedom situation. Um, so, yeah. Gonna let it ride here.
Right, Twister, it's the remix. Shot-town, let's go. Diamonds on my birthstone. Sometimes it snows in April. If I get the lighting right, I'll shoot out a rainbow. Coalition, that's a solicitation, that's the main goal. Cold under pressure, turning Tommies into Django. Sambos and the Rambos, dumping ammo in the Django. Make the gang a milligan, make sure they move militant. This far on my my gullers, I'ma get us off this gill again. This for all the times, now I'm the captain, you was filling in. Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust you gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. But if they wanna fight, it's gon' be a fight.
Ann Arbor is known across the globe.
All you 3 folks don't trust this 116. Trusting this Pope Pimp dream. Trusting the program, I put you on the big screen. Tell all the squares that I've been to the mountain. Enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Ever loving me.
Ride, Twister, it's the remix.
Ever loving me.
Shot-town, let's go.
Diamonds on my birthstone. Sometimes it snows in April. If I get the lighter right, I'll shoot out a rainbow. Coalition, that's the soul extension, that's the main goal. Cold under pressure, turning Tommies into Django. Tempos and the Rambos, dumping ammo in the Django. Make the gang a milligan, make sure they move militant. This for all my gullers, I'ma get us off this kill again. This for all the times, now I'm the captain, you was filling in. Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust you gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. But if they wanna fight, it's gon' be a fight. Just get your brothers right and they gon' ride. All of you 3 folks gon' trust this 116. Trusting this Pope Pimp dream. Trusting the program, I put you on the big screen. Tell all the squares that I've been to the mountain top, and I know what I've seen. Whole lot of ghosts, but it's only one boat, and it's only one Noah, you know what I mean. So, bitch, get in the whip. This Starship, we fixin' the dip. No if and buts, bitch, get in the whip. Shotgun to your back, don't give any lip. Don't give up the names, don't give up the codes. This game here to be sold, not told. Now you're a soldier, now walk that blade. Let's get you a point, let's rock, let's roll. Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust you gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. But if they wanna fight, it's gon' be a fight. Just get your brothers right and they gon' ride.
The bus wind blew in the usin. The blueprint carved it out with 2 cents. A movement came out the booth, I clock in. Our arson plus an AC with darts in. No matter how we vent, boy, it's a cold breeze. We creep to a slow speed. When you're right up with the police, count emojis. Let me tell you what a real player told me. Keep your mind on the page, don't be tripping on the hay. Let me tell you what a real P told me. When I'm hopping at the lag with the fees to the back, living out bad beats like I'm Cody. Just lay back, enjoy the ride. In the bottom, I chose to die. Baby, make a wish and close your eyes. She jumped in the minute that I told her.
Let's go Lego, we connect, we done overcame, got through that maze, poking waves, Cadillac days, I sit back, put on my shade, then hit the block like gon' get some, I done had a good time on that run, I done hit the telly with the Henny and the pill, and the bad chick who got us from, B-L-O, we so halo, we so hollow, every day, don't stack the netto, match them peso, got some soldiers moving the same, you keep telling me we celebrities, and I know that, but you can hold that, picture me like a Kodak, check the film and you can roll back, ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust you gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. But if they wanna fight, it's gon' be a fight. Just get your brothers right and they gon' ride.
Like a mini Mac, I spit it like a gangster that just got out, and now I want the city back. And while I get it back, let me get with that. We are compatible like an old school game of pity pack. I see it's a match every time you put us together. Whenever we ride, call the body and Clyde. Mickey and Mallory, I got your anatomy on the side of me while I be in a ripping that's a vibe. I got surround sound, so let's masquerade around town, cause I gotta take you downtown. Pretty brown, with that little chunky round, I think I might have to take you to Pound Town. Before we get up in the sheets for some sleep, make it top off, and then the doze off. We gotta creep through the streets in the Jeep with the top off, and take the doze off. And I'ma let the breeze hit your whole body while I see your brains blowing in the wind. With your leg hanging out the side, so they can see the thick thighs while the air hits your skin. Never let drama get in front of me. I got the crowd jumping and the model from a runway, and she will never stop loving me. I feel like Al Hudson when he going down the runway, like you or die. That's
ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust you gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. But if they wanna fight, it's gon' be a fight. Just get your brothers right and they gon' ride. Just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Trust you gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. But if they wanna fight, it's gon' be a fight. Just get your brothers right and they gon' ride.
Ride, baby.
Go crazy.
Did that shit.
Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy.
Of course, she missed a chance at rapping for the 10 years or same drug type shit or whatever right here. But just want to check that out. You know, broke up in this motherfucker here. some other shit, man. Go ahead and get this motherfucker on. Check it out. I think to have the screw remix on this shit. Um, they always keep screwing some shit, you know. Texas say they always keep their legend on some shit or whatever like that. No different than other codes or whatever you want to call it, but just doing it, man. When people one of the joints. I think she had one of the joints I feel like was really too smooth, too smooth, too smooth. And shit, somebody remixed that motherfucker too. Oh yeah, so we got our shit. Get this brew real quick. So I actually find the joint. I can't remember the name. It was some shit he had. Oh, yeah, this was it right here. Yeah, it's a remix joint, but it still has some type of screw aspect to it. But man, trying to rep UGK. We talking about how people, they now do still riding dirty shit, the bum B shit they be doing or whatever. But I mean, there's always something in the reality of some of this, shit underground or whatever. But the world peeping and shit. But riding dirty shit. I mean, it's all real. You know what it is. We gonna go with this shit real quick. That's what it is. Like it don't be over. I mean, you got the next freak, or you got the mother shit, or but you got the way of the repping of it, man. I think that's keeping the shit true to it, man. Not just the repping, but again, still will deal with the reality. Will still make that. It still makes that situation of the people or the lines and other shit we saying here, or what fall on the people on switch sides, whatever. I think decriminalizing puts it out. Puts it out. I think that's what some of this opium, some of this medication and all that. I think it puts the shit out there in the open, kind of with this, because general society really isn't on that shit like that. So when you see it out like this, check for the dope shit like that, man. But I know, but it's still a way, you can deal with the dope. But, that's where we at. We check it out. See, gonna be more of the holiday, fucking this be a holiday, all this other shit. Check it out, chant, twist, all that. Check it here, right? Breaking it down. It's just some shit, man. In the mix. He's gonna be putting on for it anyway. So dope shit, what it is. Check it right back with it, back. Check. Fuck it's on. Doing it like that. Yeah, hell yeah. It's like expansion, like 1990. It'll the Euro League shit, and then you stopped, came back, and had some other shit they call it NFL Europe or whatever, but for the World League. But you know that shit, you know how to get over there. How they do it, and they always had the big shit. They always had more with that than the NFL. But I'm just trying to give a point, those all the expansion shit. So I was saying, I think that's what some of this like Mr. Pat was talking about at work, with the, some of the, how it was legalized and all of this alliance shit. I think it was kind of expansion, not like to bullshit, but I think in having against society and the open situation, open air. You know how that they used to call that black or whatever, cocaine or some shit. They call it open air mouth or whatever. You know how they say that shit. So yeah, man. But I think that's what the decriminalize and all that. They create those situations. Right back for the dope, literally shit. So there's where we going. Another ride, baby. Check it on. Up with the damn some of this shit.
Family, you know what I'm saying? This rap game, it's a way of life for us, you know what I'm saying? We just not in the studio, just doing nothing. Everything we do, that's our life, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. One more. We coming with this shit real quick right back. One of these other joints. already know how that one right there, screw it. You already know how that motherfucker do. You know how they feel on that shit. That one is good because it has a little openness, but a lot of more restrictions nowadays, of course. But it still has its legal aspects, but heroin itself hasn't got there. But nonetheless, we got to mention that because just not just because school is sitting here, but that's a key one that was always used easy to blame motherfuckers because people know they can get this shit off prescription if they don't get it off with the streets or with the like they don't buy from the street or off the street or the club whatever or around that shit. Yeah, they get it in a prescription. People know that one has been had its work in some of this how people feel about using the codeine or not. But other shit like heroin, the actual heroin itself. That's still shit that people talk on, but it's been the second thing after Mary Jane to be used to talk this decriminalization. So we're gonna take another look at keep on examining and get to that shit. Definitely smoking with my zone shit, baby. Little something that just oh man, not quite beating, but hey, we'll be all right. So see me out there. We go, Stilly. Right here, baby, still. Same shit, man. But yeah, we gonna do that. It's just a back. Really do it better like a beatie. Beatie in the mini and get to the weight. Get to the weight. To the weight, so baby. In the rating. How much they gonna take this one high with the damn shading? I don't know, baby, but the rating of this shit will be something, baby. That's it, baby. We're seeing on, hey, man, phasing and all. This is past that. This is make sure it's long, is lasting, is it's brave and shit, you know. So there's no wasting shit, baby. It's on that shit. And we're gonna keep it. We're gonna take it to this serious dope shit here. Reality shit. I'm gonna say it like that. Damn, crazy off. Alright, it's all good. It's all good, so, man. It's all good. We're gonna put this little shit out, man. And then shit the rest. Kind of nice, but we're gonna crack it though. Alright, right. We're gonna chill, baby, like Mr. Monzon. Still stay true and keep the eye on. That's Monzon. It didn't matter. Whatever they did, the parties, like little cigarette, cigar. Just surprised me with the way you can keep that respiratory shit going. That was real shit. And she that shit ever like that in boxing. Except Ray Robinson and Ali. Ali, man. too many times, it's like, when you look at the niggas in face, they were legend too. Underrated. The Mill sometimes is, but that's probably the biggest legend. The second or third fight that the Mill and the second fight that they had obviously could have gone either way. The judges just chose him on his own, but it was that he said it was his time. So those are real, competition. So that was the legend of the Mill. Sometimes people erase like some NBA players. Sometimes they try to or fuck up their 2G, like the scorers era, like the code. People try to erase it. Well, sometimes they try to do that with some of the older shit. So that doesn't help what we're talking about. The line shit or keeping certain shit going, but we gonna keep it jammed, man. Like the fuck we do. Just go on with it. I'm putting this out just running a little bit. We'll get back to this shit and let the big old freak shit hit tonight, baby. Not quite freaking, but we gonna jam. Let's check it out. Still repping blue, baby. Well, sort of. But we talking about blue now. Ms Billie, all them records. And then when we seen somebody, they found the lyrics. See, that's the pad rap. You know what it is. Don't matter how many years later, baby. Still on real. That's how you keep that shit. But people up doing it. Rappers trying. I got some shit now. I see. Mr. Lou. Mr. Uncle Lou. However the fuck you want to say it. Uncle Mr. Lou, whatever. Let's get to it. You gonna say it?
That looked good. Seriously, Weed, if it wasn't for you, I'd never learn how many desserts I could fit into one bowl. The answer is 5 in a burrito. Hey, meth's also here. You know what the cool thing about meth is? That you can make it anywhere. Except in a nice neighborhood with good schools. Let's not be too hard on meth. He's the only drug who's aged 5 years since we cut away from him. Oh, Jesus. Even I couldn't make that look good. Well, guys, it's been a blast, and I look forward to seeing you all again at Andy Dick's Christmas party.
Weed, you pathetic excuse for a drug. Seriously, your users have less balls than steroids. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Adderall, is that you? Adderall, buddy, I haven't seen you since college. Everybody, Adderall, the only drug that makes you stay up all night so you can't have fun. Yeah. And opium, how the hell did you hear about this? Telegram? And look, Shrooms is here. Kind of. Hey, Ecstasy, give him a poke. Make sure he's still alive. Oh, got a full body cavity search. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Thank God somebody told us I should a glow stick or something. But seriously, I don't know what we'd do without you. Besides move out of our parents' basement. Next up, don't call it a flashback. Straight from the pocket of your uncle's denim jacket, it's LSD.
The funny thing about weed is there's always a giant spider demon standing 3 feet behind him. This next joke is just for the spiders under my skin.
Oh, all right, okay, moving on. Next up, he might not be the most popular drug here tonight, but he has the best celebrity endorsements. Give it up for cocaine!
Hey, yeah, I'm here. Just had to use the bathroom real quick. Peyote came all the way from Mexico to be here. He said the trip was really uncomfortable because he had a condom full of me stuffed up his ass. Pow! Weed, you make Tim and Eric funny. Frozen pizza tastes good, and fish sound like music. Is there anything you can't do besides get a job? Bam, bam, boom, pop! Weed, you may have a TV show, and meth, you may have a good TV show, but I had a whole decade. She don't lie. She don't lie. Me! It's Eric Clapton.
Hey, cocaine put your ass out real quick. They gotta get his ass up out of there. Oh, damn. Hey, we gonna check it right here. This ass ain't gonna be like that. It's gonna be a big old freak situation here. Check this shit over here real quick. All right. Okay, now we'll be right back. Let's see the rest of the roast. Check this shit out the south of that third, they call it, baby. You know, so showboat now. It's just the coast, man. How they do it to Texas. See this shit, man. All right, you know. So for bet shit, baby. One bet, two, whatever. Per bet, baby. Let's do it. Hey, shit, what it is. 1, 2s, baby. You know, this shit still do. Let's go, baby.
Your family, you know what I'm saying? This rap game is a way of life for us, you know what I'm saying? We just not in the studio, just doing nothing. Everything we do, that's our life, you know what I'm saying? It's a way of life, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to put it down, help everybody to come up.
Doing this motherfucker.
Big old freak, big old tree. Come on, make it wait for the kiss. Big old ski, hey, get on the bed. Fuck him up in the head. Just look in his eyes. Then the next day I'ma keep him on red. Hey, pop it, pop. They do in my house. Rock it, pop. My phone, pump. So I know that he remote it. Ride, I'm on the way. Ride on that dick, I'm like, hey, hey. I like the fuck. Make love to you, babe. Nobody knows. I'm from with him on the low. We never show up together, but I fix him when I'm ready to go. Hey, I had a couple of shots at the bar. I'm finna tell you that you in the car. He got me swerving and breaking the law. These when I'm sinning so nobody saw. Nobody look like me. Get what you need like me. Ain't nobody got him on these tiptoes and roll to the tip like me. I got him with me. Meaning, my body you drug and he need. He begging me for the treatment. He throwing fit when I leave him. He like, baby, let me roll. Like, no love from you. My body addicted and crazy. I'm crazy. I think I gotta run from you. But without it. Fucking with you, I doubt it. They talking about
Get what you need, shit. Poppies. Hey. Big X, me X, you call him. Mama, big mama, some shit. Right.
I wanna fuck in the mirror. I like the look from Facebook dating. I'm giving conveyance. I get the captain and he little tenant. I need that dick like a motherfucking tenant. You can spit like that motherfucker pussy. Shut up, make that motherfucker pissy. I bet he gon' like it, he won't do no tripping. Nobody freak like me. What you need like me? Ain't nobody got a front post and roll to the tip like me. I got him like Biggie, Phoenix. My body get drunk and he need it. He begging me for the treatment. He throwing fit when I leave.
Baby, let me rub on you. Get a little love from you. Body addicted, it's better than crazy. I think I gotta run from you. Do without it. What you doubt it. They don't understand that I'm all of this head and there's nothing to do with my body. Just you for me, baby. Going crazy. I got what you need. Baby, going crazy. I got what you need. I'ma give you what you craving.
What's your damn question? You know what that shit is. Gotta hear. Come on. Come on. Holiday. Come on. Check. Alright now. It's that shit. Hit. Come on. It's your dope, whatever this shit be. But it's that real on. And just the bullshit we talking about, though, you know. You criminally, baby. You criminally, decriminalize, how the fuck you wanna say that shit. You know, it's a little bills, nigga. You know, busy bee right. Busy bee on. Be busy, you know, that shit right there, you know. Hey, that shit. That's too smooth. That got that hit that right smooth speed though, dude, man. Shit. You know. Hell yeah. Shit. What's on the daily, baby? Dilly. What's the dilly, baby? Let's get it. Busy bee, baby. Feel that. Hit the buzz. Quietly, oh shit. But something right there. You gonna get that right back. Get that one right back out of that mom's own shit. Out on this shit like that. And what they need. Hey, you know. Shit, don't wreck the bad, baby. Shit, need that bitch right back to the city. And it's on free meat. Hey, shit, baby. Uh-huh. I call mom's on. Latina. Every damn week. I don't know, baby. Breeze in the damn peas, baby. Ain't too much peas, but you know, at your work with the shit, you know, that's how you creative, you know, do your thing, create. Yeah, that's the breeze and shit. There you go, bees and shit, whatever you want to call them. That's the buzzing, y'all. But it's that sting and shit coming from the opium. It's like that, baby. It's get like that right there. Wherever the fuck you goddamn at, or the Czech Republic, you know, do a shit. Hey, rest, damn, you know, defunct. We don't want it defunct though. Nah, man. Let the opium keep going. Not defunct. Bitch. Yeah. Confront it. That's right. Here's what we doing. Legalize and all that. We're gonna kick the shit right back. This shit, you know what it is, baby. That's just it. Yeah. Shit, baby. We're gonna wrap. Hold it down. Going right back to the next joint. Let me do this one on smooth, man. We're gonna do it. That Megan shit was smooth, but we're gonna be back.
All the way to the bank. Cause forever.
Addicted all over the scene. She addicted all over the scene. How she feeling? But it's all good. Hey, that's my beat, goddamn. See, this shit's work, baby.
Bought Megan Thee Stallion a Bentley for her 31st birthday, and I just love seeing Megan in love and be loved on. Earlier,
Yeah, they gonna talk this shit there. Yeah, Megan, but it's all real. Right back to it. People, shit, we mentioned a few places where legalizing and decriminalizing is going on. You know, and dealing with even asylum in the mix and, you know, asylum type shit or whatever on the run. Nowadays, poppy pods are getting more popular just because of a lot of codeine restrictions. So there's lesser prescriptions of it. They still put it out. So now you got niggas going overseas to get the poppy pods, and now the DEA done ramped up or they done worked up more shit to try to, you know, come at that aspect of internationalistic shit, if you want to call it internationalistic, whatever you want to call it, but internationalistically. So with internationally shit happen, you have a lot more of the poppy pods are being pushed more. But certain places like Taliban places and all that overseas trying to stop it. But you know, you got niggas that got the other places that fuck with them. And, you know, now the DEA is trying to come in the mix and make more restrictions of that because they, you know, yeah, people ain't all getting hella codeine prescriptions, but niggas, you know, getting small and, you know, getting damn poppy pies, you know, right back to the U.S. So you have that situation too. Um, that works too. Not quite like the hospital and the heroin, being able to use your needles and shit, but the poppy pot shit kind of takes care of if you don't have your syrup, codeine and shit like that. The poppy pot still have the sap. It's still like the codeine. It's just the sap because codeine comes from the opium anyway. It just make it into a liquid syrup. But the poppy pot itself works into what goes into that syrup. So um, I think it's a key step. The poppy pot aspect with the way that, you know, being brought over now to the U.S. I think is a key step. But again, it doesn't fuck up the streets, you know, because it's in poppy pot form. But it's still that's still shit that codeine comes from. So when you look at heroin in the hospital, as Mr. Pat was saying, that easily would be probably something bigger. But we're just gonna take it here, something, you know, people around. And again, as we mentioned, legalizing shit. Uh, you know, you have your, you know, the way the world did stigmatized this shit. And you got when you got your roles, you got your funny shit, but the shit ain't no damn joke. Like Sig was saying, you know, whatever. It's really serious. But I'll be right back here. Shit, the roast is on, man. Fuck it, you know. They doing whatever shit they doing, whatever. You know, the society get more shit to come at one thing, and then, you know, when it's real like the opium, you got more shit that can come out of it. Poppy does so much shit. It's dealt in her and coke, you know, codeine and, you know, morphine and a few other, you know, little situations that, and I think it's done this shit to the world, but not like Mary Jane. So I see why it's kind of they label it the roasted weed. Jane has really, really got a hell of attention and buzz over the world, but opium is going into so much shit. It's had a buzz. It's a little different though, of course. It goes into so much manufactured shit like codeine and all that. Hospital situations, definitely. So opium's always been a key to hospital. Heroin is obviously has an opium mix or um, opium lineage too. So opium has done a lot too, man. Uh, and I think it's become a big step in some of this psychedelic shit. But of course, they're different. Psilocybin is its own, just like opium is its own, but they're both a little psychoactive. So we're gonna take it to real quick. Put the euphoric back on, baby. It's euphoric, freaking ass little situation or some shit, man. We gonna fuck with it. Check it out, right back to the roots. Doing shit. And plus, look at who's kicking this shit off. Mr. Still Reserve or Mr. Brown Bottle. The only brown I know is probably Guinness, and it's not that light. So there's whatever amber lager or whatever amber flavor shit. But that's the host. Um, I call some motherfucker, right? It do it for 100-year-old motherfucker, bros, men, whatever. Still be sipping and you see it on the news. Hey, you can do it for what he talking about, taking it back to some days, man, and through shit. So I don't know, man. The host has always been on some shit. Let's check it right back out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Heroin.
When did you get out of jail?
Weed's here. Weed's so great, I bet he'd lend me $500. Meth's here. Meth's so great, I bet he'd lend me $500.
Are you wearing a wire?
Everybody freeze!
Oh shit.
I didn't do anything wrong. Look, everyone here is over 21, except for Whippets, but he had a really good fake.
Shut up. You, Tobacco, and Andy
Damn.
can leave.
Oh, thank God.
Now, as for the rest of you, you're all going away for a long, long...
Oh shit. Well, the host got the fuck on. Hey, that's the way though, I guess. But the badge wearing bubble cop or whatever you want to call that motherfucker, oof, that's a hell of a crash. He came in crashed out, but the alcohol ain't say shit. That motherfucker got in the car and really hit. We just kicking this shit from what we just seen. This is the second time I'm saying this, but we saying this somehow. We were just seeing it. Oh goddamn. Yeah. Scat Pack. But nah, Scat Pack, that's that high speed chase shit. This ain't that. It's some other shit. It's that crash down, racing. Hey, your heartbeat, goddamn, lost the damn space and shit. Oof. And you hit, crash. Oh boy. So your heart keep on. Besides, no, I can, just saying some shit. It's like that, man. Damn. They ain't even roast no more. Shit. They took that motherfucker out. I don't know if that works for decriminalizing. I don't know if it should be looked at like that, but they took that motherfucker the fuck down. It's a crash. And I think that's what some of this shit is trying to do here. But of course, we're trying to, this is more discussion, but it's just dope to see a little cartoon roast shit too. Let's check out the rest of this holiday and get back. Come back with some shit. We're gonna have the Mirror X, whatever shit. Excuse me. The old shit, heard some shit on the hospital or some shit. So I feel like this flows in the right time. We mentioned this on several few of the little drink shits we've been doing, or just or little talks or whatever combo shit we've been doing. But we wanted to do it this way, man. So check it out, because it gotta be a holiday for this shit. It can't just be we just saying no dope. Nah, bitch, it's gotta be the real one. But you gotta be really into that motherfucker. The holiday, but the key when it's in the holiday, it's not just you now. The key is to try to, make sure it goes into the right situations, such as legalizing, criminalizing. And I think somehow, her situation, the people were with her with that, but though she wasn't saying criminalizing, it's just the people were really with her. But you had a lot of people trying to, fuck up her shit too, because she had the star power NYC and all that. We were trying to fuck it up, and basically, it's like. Either people can use more shit against her and bebop legends at the time in NYC, because they had a lot of industry power, black people obviously, but everybody wasn't fucking with it, so everybody wasn't trying to see it like prosper, so they just try to see something fucked up. But you had the people who fucking with out of here, like her, and she did her shit off of alcohol, but she did her shit off of some of the drugs you see on the roast, maybe heroin, shit like that. So that's key. She had alcohol, whatever, liquor and all that too. I mean, she can handle just like this motherfucker, brown, amber, lager, whatever you want to call it, handle. Hey man, shit, that's real. You guys to check that. That's for the holiday, baby. It has what it means, and check it. Just adding a little more shit. Check it. See the word overseas, but it's all real. Let's check it. See what they doing harvesting in poppies.
Everybody's favorite cook, though, is Banana, who's been coming to the fields the longest and taught most of the other junkies his recipe. He is so named because he also makes a mean batch of yellow-colored speed. So what are you doing with the gauze?
Zatrasz si to do ruky, čo najviac. Počkáš, kým ti spravia sa kapky, potom je utrať.
Ann Arbor is known across the globe.
Mali by sme ísť cesty ako za chalami, víš? Učia si. Spravia sa kapky, potom je utrať.
Take the weight out of them, that's the opium.
Mali byśmy jeść cesty jako zakon, widzisz? Wróci asi. Jednym policajtom, wiesz?
Okay. So why do you do it this way instead of cutting them? Is it just is it better or is it just quicker?
Ako nemůžem si to dovolit, protože když chodí tady policajti, tak nemůžem čekat na to, kým to vyteče z toho.
But doesn't this upset like the farmers? Doesn't this bring the policemen more because you can't use these for poppy seeds anymore?
To ne. To zase není až tak, to je strašně malý podíl ty úrody. Zničený.
How many poppies do you have to pop before you have like a good dose?
No, na ten fáč tak 200, 300.
Okay. You want to really soak the gauze then. It's got to be damp.
You see that right there, of course. You know what how many poppies come into it, and again, it works for overseas holidays. But back in the U.S., obviously, now you got these cocaine motherfuckers got this shit without a DA and kind of work the little law bill crime shit on that too. Just like the Mary Jane shit, especially Texas, you have the cocaine shit kind of now it's not facing it a certain way because now the poppy pods are getting some of the scrutiny, but the cocaine shit still gets explained. But you know, check it out. We're just saying, U.S. as is, not some niggas that having a little celebration because now they got the poppy pods instead of just having to worry about restricting or being restricted from over prescription shit with the codeine. So that's where we're going at. You got to just really hit that earth, man. You know, world connection shit. That earth do some shit. Check it. It's real shit.
This is hard work. Junkies have a reputation for being lazy, but
palm wine is natural too. Like, they tap that shit in Africa or Ghana or Nigeria or Kenya or shit like that. They be tapping that shit. The natural alcohol, but you know they be taking it. They'll sip it natural, but they'll take it and they'll ferment it, and they get like shit past that 80 proof shit. They do so. You have shit like that. Asia has some palm shit too, or some other type of alcohol, natural shit that grows too. So that's the other aspect of it. It's not just being drunk and all that and it destroys. No, man, there's some real shit to it too, man. In terms of there are the natural shit that's straight up like it already has alcohol in its own, but you can still ferment it like the palm wine. You get some shit past 80 proof. But you got Asia with their shit too. Some shit that has natural alcohol, so it's probably by itself probably like 10% or something like palm. But then when you get that fermented shit, man, that motherfucker hit high. I guess it's what it is when you look at opium. The boil and everything, they're gonna take it through the 200 to 300 they need for a big batch. It's gonna get there with it. So that's what we're doing. People on vice a little bit. So the holiday work it back, man. Ms Billie and add the check in this motherfucker. You don't fuck with her ass anyway. So hey, this is national shit, man. You know, fuck just a holiday. This is the national and with the poppies, or it's something else here. We'll see. You know, check it out. Like bang, like this shit here. Yeah. Get a little much of this shit here. It's dope, baby. Get that. Much of that shit. Cause that's what they doing. 200, 300, baby. Poppies. Gotta be a much, baby. Gotta be much.
Yo, it's all the thugs out there. Hustling.
honestly, sure do
Struggling.
that.
Even with them 9 to 5. I gotta let you know that. Somebody loves you, baby. I know I love mine. I think back to shit that happened like, now when we first met, my people really wasn't seeing me with the nigga who was thugging. They said that you was trouble and wouldn't amount to shit. They said you hold me back and give me plenty kids. They didn't even wanna try to get to know you better. Dad was like, hell no. And mom was like, whatever. But never in my life have I felt this way. And I know that this is right no matter what they say. Even though you these streets. Cause every brother don't treat every sister. Meanwhile, a new fundraiser. Visualize my dreams and speak from your heart. Much love to my thugs who I hope we never part. Let's make it last forever.
Show me love. Right by your side.
I remember when we got out that first little place. Not much furniture, but still we had each other. It was dead smack in the middle of the hood, but it was all good, cause we be living large once we could. But for now, we was barely seeing pennies. I was waiting tables, and you was on the corner wild with them 20s. The land of plenty seemed so far away, but your bus rides and flights put it closer in eyesight. Long nights of cooking, cutting, and bagging kept your nerves bad and your eyes red and sagging. Staggering in the door, drunk, push my accusations out them holes. Time to fuck, I was sure you was messing around. We started fight, but even when I was wrong, you loved it when I stood my ground strong. That's why you kept me on your arm on your way up. My thug had me tight in his corner. I've got much love.
So why do you do it this way instead of cutting them? Is it just is it better or is it just quicker?
Ako nemůžem si to dovolit, protože když tady policajti, tak nemůžem překonat tímto vytěžestem.
But doesn't this bring the policemen more because you can't use these for poppy seeds anymore?
To
Here we are, plush cribs and cars. You hold the title of the newest ghetto store. You gotta watch your back, cause them niggas out to jack. And you gotta go my track, cause them niggas kidnap. You even made me pack a baby 9 in my purse. Took me to the shooting range, told me Papa ain't a hurt. Make their families feel the worst, cause losing me's your biggest fear. You said you wasn't even trying to shed those tears. So now when I hear that you're having your flames, I just laugh. Because them bras will never wear my rings, have my things, and most of all, have your heart. We've got the strongest ghetto love that'll never part. So, when you fail, I stood by your side. Took a stand and lied. Never let them break me, though they tried. Cause through it all, I'll be by you, thug. Real for you, thug. Even kill for you, thug. Much love.
Life does not bother anyone else. Absolutely. Ask people, particularly middle class, privileged people, because I know they're using drugs because I've used drugs with a number of these people who are politicians, who are famous people, who are captains of industry. I asked them to come out of the closet so they could stand up on behalf of the people who have been.
Yeah, I guess that shit don't stop, huh? Dope.
Persecuted, vilified, and so forth.
In this book, you talk about using heroin. Heroin has a big stigma around it. Was that hard to do?
I talked about it to make a point, to show that I'm not addicted, never had any of those problems related to addiction. But I wanted people to say, see, look at my productivity, look at the fact that I contribute to my community, look at the fact that I'm a good spouse, I'm a good father. And I decided to come out of the closet because I felt less than honorable. I felt like a coward, and I felt like I wasn't standing up on behalf of people who were being persecuted.
I like that. Like Pac said, motherfuckers be crucifying, niggas severely daily. And that's real, man. Just want to say it, inside and shit. But you see this neuroscientist, he is up there in his field, and he's took certain drugs, and he's handled it. And I think that's the key also with something like this, and that's where we come to certain odd shit in this, because or certain just unpopular methods. Because what it is, I think the control and moderation shit works. Meaning you got to work to it. Yo, if you know to fuck with you, you good. You good. You don't need to fuck it, man. We didn't know no extra shit. But we just keeping it. We just got the one right here. Hell, we might fuck with this shit over here later. That's like a steal or whatever. But we got all the right metals and shit. Even got silicone in that motherfucker. We might fuck with that. That'll be a little bit later, but we gonna work some shit. But I'm just giving an instance, man. It's just control. I think control and moderation. You know, it's a productivity thing. Like he was saying, he's still productive. It's something that you work on. So you put your shit into um, the situation as he has done. He put himself on the line. So that's the situation. The drug crisis is not just, oh, you just using dope or opium. No, it's, you know, you kind of putting yourself on the line if you represent it real. And so he's trying to get it out there. If more people do come out, as he was saying, it goes and it works the alliance aspect of it. So you have more people that ride for moderation and all that, man, and control of it. Instead of just don't drugs is bad, drugs is bad. He said no, there's some other shit with it. He's saying what it is and yeah, he's been productive with it, and it didn't fuck with him. It didn't knock him off. It may fuck with others, but he's trying to get it out there and see why others get fuck with it, and they put a bad stigma on it. In his case, he said he fuck with it, and he was productive. He didn't have to put a bad stigma, all that. So I think the handling is very, very key. And even though he's a neuroscientist, I mean, you have people that are up there in this. LSD people were very research and experimental wise or experimental based. You've heard of LSD experiments, all that was up there, and those kind of those bigger industry points, but they were working on like control methods, or some of them were working on some bullshit methods, LSD, whatever. But in this case, this is something real, and like Mr. Pat, he just want to see it like people could get their help instead of having like dirty needles and shit. They could just be in a hospital doing that shit. But in this case, he's adding like you can still be productive, you can still do whatever. They handled it. Some people have handled it. This is what it is. Um, that's what we at. I think that's much of the shit. I think we just heard the mirror X shit. Excuse me. Oh, the mirror X shit. All that a little bit, just much of some shit, man. A lot of this is a lot of much shit around heroin and why it's so important for legalizing. And I think that will add to the Mary Jane situation because Mary Jane now is getting more scrutiny and extra prison sentence or days in jail, like 180 days for one fucking blunt. I seen on Facebook. I seen the real little chart of it. It's bullshit, but it's just Texas. So be careful. But so whatever. That's just dirty shit right there. It's just more money. So if they can have more money for that shit, the dope money here, the key with him, you were saying, is the productivity in terms of not just his work, but in the work with hiring too. So when you see it overseas and you see the grand and all that, I think that makes the holiday shit too. Like Juneteenth or some other shit, there's so much, history and there's certain shit behind it. To the reality, it's still either making alliances or it's doing away with that shit. So I think Juneteenth will actually add some shit. We know it's going to be more popular, especially since George Floyd and all that type of shit. So this is where we're going out here with it. Right back to the holiday, man. And let's check it out.
But honestly, in terms of addicts,
Here go this shit. So now they're trying to see about the addicts handling. But in his case, again, the neuroscience back in the U.S., he's strong enough to not, to not just become an addict. He got the gold teeth. He got it all, man. Bubble coat, whatever. This motherfucker got it all, but he's doing the neuroscience. He's an experiment. I think it's a key adding the shit. So how the cartels they make their own fucking codeine and all that. Well, you got a nigga like what we seen the Dread Cat, make productivity with her, and that would go to a lot of people. So it's unable to be in a hospital or something like Mr. Pat said. Well, if people can get on like Mr. Dread guy can do it and be productive, then that'll do something too. Because it's still productiveness means you handling dirty or anything like that. And you see how they doing here, so they gonna get the 200, 300, and they finna fuck around and do their dope thing. And that's just something much about it. I feel like we gotta go one more track, but we have to come back with it. We come back with it. Some shit, just some jam. So real quick, let's see. I might just have to fuck with it right now. Probably don't stop at all. Come on, some other shit. Yeah, man. Oh shit. It should come with some Alice in Chains or some grunge shit. You know. I know they fuck with this shit, but Lane Staley and all them shits, they could have been better handling, but it's all real. I'm just saying, but so that's why we represented. A couple of them did handle their shit though in Alice in Chains, but not all of them. But I always fuck with that grunge. Not really a rock, but grunge. You know what I'm saying? There's a little emotion, so a little emotion, so not that rock bullshit. I'm not really. Nah, some of that. Not that every rock is bullshit. It just, certain shit, man. I don't know, man. So, yeah. I don't know. Check it out. Let's see. We're going to get some shit in this motherfucker. Damn. Yeah, you got grandma's tripping on magic mushrooms. That's that psychologin right there on the cut. Shit, that's wild. Big shit on that, too. That will also be the third thing. I think those three merging, heroin, and psychology be keys for big legalization. So easily, alcohol gonna do this shit anyway. You seen the car crash on the road, so that shit gonna go like that. Just checking out shit. Let me go, man. Shit. Hell, a little bit. To come back with something. Keep it like Frankie Knuckles, expand it. Just he did his Europe shit and all that, but always was trying to get the warehouse music back to the U.S. shit. We're gonna have to do something about that. But it's not that it's legalization shit, but it's just certain shit. I like some of that element of that shit, man. So yeah, man. Getting them shit back to the U.S. is almost like this. It's heroin shit, it's opium poppies and shit they're trying to do now. So yeah, man, we finna check it out real quick. Right here we on. Get some shit to it. But die too smooth. That smooth shit. That's some other smooth shit. We gonna get. We gonna do that. Shit. Yeah. Gangsta Boo. Oh damn, I think we might just have to do one because we didn't really mention her shit. I know she had the fentanyl shit, so I think this is a little important here. Somehow. Yeah, I believe this is her day too. So I'm glad to just remembered just seeing a picture of Mr. Talib or the Faliz. I just wanted to see something. You know how some dope shit go, man. It ain't just the dollars, but I mean it's dollars, mass, whatever. But it's all real. We just gonna check out some shit. Boo did it big, man. Just thought like a second Mia X or something. Look, not like she's second, but I just mean like another, but not just another. But I mean she added to the flow. Mia X is more like a little more reality, deeper shit or something like that. A little poetry. Gangsta Boo I think she had a little bit of the poetry, but a little more lyrical flow. So it's a little different, but I just think easily added to the aspect. The chat was cool and Princess Loco, they were killing the spit and shit, but Gangsta Boo could make, some song shit. The X can make some song shit. So that's why I said the Gangsta Boo's kinda like that, like another BX in a good way, man. I think that shit worked easy, man. And of course we know the fentanyl situation of her, late shit. She ain't really know obviously, but we know about that. This is beside Narcan. There we go on there. Shit. Check it. We'll see what's happening. When the motherfucker real dope. Ain't never heard this shit. It's all real. Keep it official. I'm gonna get it like that. We hearing it now, right? Shit, check it. See both worlds. Shit, just check it like that. It's like that on the lines, man. See this motherfucker. You know, we do. Check it. And it's not just no bullshit lines. It's just something dealing with realities all around. That's this infrastructures, economical, and commerce, shit like that. Legalize, decriminalize, but it's still a battle. It's not just drug war crisis, but it's crisis, and it's still the what gets worked on. You know the besides solutions and cures, but it's more like progression. So that's the key. That's what it is. I've seen both, or just internationally, or internationalistically, if you want to call it that. It doesn't matter, but maybe it does. But we're gonna right back here. Hey, something to it. Knowing neuroscience is he really in the field of the dope shit. So she really want to know, like bro, he really want to know. So you really want to know. It's on, baby. It's something like that. There you go.
You talk about using heroin responsibly, in your words. How does one do that?
Damn.
Same way one might do alcohol responsibly. Like today, you and I are sitting here meeting. I know we had this meeting. I know I couldn't have a drink of alcohol, just like I would decide not to do heroin before you and I meet. And besides, I wouldn't want to blow my high like that, right? So you say a responsible heroin use would be at the end of the day when you have time set aside to.
Same shit here. So we did day drink the other day. Mentioned the Iceberg Slim, and Iceberg Slim was always key with certain drugs and handling too. He did beat the habit he wanted to, but he always kept everything to the real or the underground explanation of why people was on heroin. In this case, he don't like the day drink, or day, or day inject. So you can day drink, day inject. Some people got their night inject or night drink. So it's like that, and that's how you roll it, and that is kind of some of the shit we do. Yeah, in the day you like to be productive, whatever you like to do your shit, and then at night, you chill. So he already on heroin, but he just saying I wouldn't come here high or some shit because it's the day we working, shit like that. So it's still responsible, but you're saying he doing a little ball and shit or whatever. And that's what it is. I think more of this works towards legalization and decriminalization, so people get mad and frustrated or try to shit on it because they rather have the laws run the shit. The power is there, so the power of the people still come from this more seemingly lower point, but it's still real shit. It's still something that works into decriminalizing because that's the work put in. That's the productive shit to be responsible. See that shit. And so he takes care of the day. He does neuroscience. He's able to still deal with heroin, use it, and still feel on point. But it's the way you use it. Heroin is not saying that it will kill you just if you use it. It's just how you use it. So I guess the way of using it is help people in certain pain shit. In terms of like opium or morphine or codeine, yes. And some people have actually beaten bad body elements of crack cocaine, bad body damage, crack cocaine. Codeine helped them. That comes from opium. So does heroin. It has helped. It's helped, motherfuckers, you got some bros that done had HIV. It's even helped they motherfucking asses. Yeah, certain bitches and really came through with that. Yeah. Houston documented. We've shown a little recording of the University of Houston and that little experiment, and they were interviewing motherfuckers that got off crack, certain niggas, certain damn bros got off crack, and the codeine gave them like better appetites, better body compositions, all of this, and